Over the past couple of years of doing setups and builds, I've accumulated quite a lot of computer parts. Now, on their own, they don't really amount to much, but my aim today is to consolidate all these parts into one super build. And a big thank you to AMD for sponsoring this video and providing me with the beating heart of this system, the AMD Ryzen Threadripper Pro. This is a 16-core, 32-thread processor, clocking in at 4 GHz and 4.5 GHz max boost. This is what's gonna tie the whole build together. I heavily rely on a lot of applications such as Adobe Premiere Pro, Photoshop, After Effects, and Lightroom. And as part of my workflow, I'll constantly be flipping throughout these applications and making different changes to my project. So it's very important that I have a processor that's able to handle a heavy workload. And this is where AMD's Ryzen Threadripper Pro really shines. And the primary benefits of a processor with a high core count versus something with a lower core count is that they're able to perform multiple processes at the same time. And they can switch between programs with ease. And that's essential for me to be able to keep my PC running smoothly. Have you seen the size of this processor, by the way? It's gonna need a beefy motherboard. For the motherboard, I have gone for Asus Pro WS WRX 80E Sage SE Wi-Fi workstation motherboard. What a catchy name. Now, it is a SWRX 8 socket, so this will fit my processor. So when you're getting processors, make sure that they fit your motherboard spec. Otherwise, you will end up buying things that won't fit. DDR4 RAM, which is great because I already have DDR4 RAMs, so I don't need to buy any new ones. This is obviously where the processor goes, so I guess that's the first step.
Thank you, Tom, for that eye-opening explanation.
Wow, that's a fireable offense, that joke. So now that we have our CPU installed, it's time to think about how we're gonna cool it, and I've gone for air cooling. Hello. I'm trying to get more experience in doing computer builds, so if there are any experts out there that are cringing at the fact I'm doing things wrong, I'm educating myself right now at this stage, and I'm having fun. This is my first ever build. I've watched a lot of videos of people doing it online, and now I wanna get my hands dirty, and I wanna try it myself as well. They look like meringues, like little meringue cakes. Delicious, I want to eat this. Done. Decent. It's time to start taking some parts from this current build and putting it into the new one. We've got RAM. In order to take the RAM out, I've had to take the fan off the cooler. Love that, still warm. Our RAM is ready. This is some DDR Corsair Vengeance LPX. And the Threadripper Pro supports DDR4 memory, allowing for fast data access and smooth multitasking. And the ability to accommodate ample RAM is crucial to creators with a heavy workload. I'm filling out all of the slots, so I don't need to read the manual to see what order they go in if I'm not using up all of the slots, which is a great luxury to have. I'm actually enjoying myself now. I think my anxiety went away after we installed the processor and the cooler. Everything from here seems less dangerous. So I think it's time to bring the case in, and down she goes. I guess what's useful, all these other cables are already pre-wired for me. Currently, the motherboard is loaded up with 3 M.2 drives that are all 4 terabytes. So that's 12 terabytes of storage. I've also got these SSDs. These are both 4 terabytes. They'll hook up onto the case here. This case from Fractal does a good job at mounting drives on the side like this. I like that. That looks proper neat. We're having progress. CPU, cooler, RAM, storage, all installed. Now we've got graphics card and some other peripherals left in the PCIe slots. Let's mount this to the case and then just go from there. Me and you had over 100,000 hits of people watching us eat chicken nuggets. I will be greatly insulted if this video performs less. Should I eat nuggets during this video? We fill up this whole case of chicken nuggets and use this as a bowl, and then we can keep them hot with like a massive power supply unit. Hey, hands up if you have complete zero interest in computer builds, but you're still watching this video. Hey, you put your hand down. Okay, I want to be careful with this. I'm gonna balance it there. What could go wrong? I better not There you go, that's safe. God, look at the dust on that. While I have this opportunity where I'm taking things apart, it will be a shame not to get rid of as much dirt as possible. I did grill JJ at one point for not cleaning his PC, and now look at me. I'm the one with a scuzzy computer. A little bit more cable management and we'll get there. I think I have found a solution. Found like a slot under there. However, that's where all of my old hard drives were stored. I'm gonna flip this round and remove that hard drive bay, and then it will give us this whole clear space to then route the cables. Easy, right? The case is stopping us from doing what I want to do. You're telling me to remove this bit, I have to do it from the other side. Can I need an angle grinder. Okay, push. Our power supply unit is just giving birth to a dusty old cage. Now we can slot this back in. By the way, I'm keeping the same power supply unit, which is 1200 watts. Now, because CPUs with a higher core count have higher computational power, this can lead into an increased power consumption. That's why if you are using a high-end CPU like the Threadripper Pro, you have to make sure you have a power supply unit that's capable of supplying enough power. Honestly, I don't know how heart surgeons do their job. I'm ready to just go home, have a cup of tea, watch some Netflix tonight, and then come back tomorrow. Can't really do that when you're performing a triple bypass. And then the power supply unit will just slot back in, placing the motherboard into our case. And then we've got graphics card and a few little, minor bits to plug in. This is simple. I know where this goes completely. I would do anything right now for 20 nuggets. No, just 20. Would you want a 20 nuggets right now? Give me the nod and it's here in the next couple of minutes. Give me the nod. 20 nuggets. Nug. What's your favorite dip? Barbecue dip. Think about the barbecue dip and the crunchy chicken. I am so hungry right now. We can make it a thing, Jack. Chicken nugget break. There's no way I'm ordering nuggets just for myself. You're not making me feel like this. We're either having nuggets together or we're having nothing together. You've got 10 minutes to make your mind up. All of these cables are already from my old build, so I just have to plug them up in the right place. This might take me a while, so let's just montage it and make it look like it was a piece of cake. Cooler fan going in. When I do have intentions to use this for gaming and recording gameplay or streaming, I have a capture card and I also have a Cam Link. So this Cam Link Pro will allow me to import up to 4 HDMIs in here, and then obviously this will help me do other useful stuff for streaming activities. Graphics card time. The synergy between a CPU and a GPU from the same manufacturer can sometimes lead to a better overall system stability and performance. AMD offers a unique feature such as Smart Access Memory, which allows the CPU to access the full GPU memory. And this could potentially lead to performance improvements in certain scenarios, especially in gaming or applications that are both GPU and CPU intensive, such as video rendering, which is what I do a lot of. This feature is specifically designed to work between AMD CPUs and GPUs and might not be available or as effective with a mixed brand setup. There's no RGB in this build. Shocker. No RGB. What's happened? Am I feeling all right? I honestly don't want you guys to see the other side of this computer. It's horrid. It will give me nightmares, but the only thing that's pulling me through this is knowing that I could cover these up with a panel at the end of the day. See, this is what I mean. Graphics card installed, good progress. Let's run some tests, see if it actually works. She's alive. We got BIOS entry, so that's a good start, right? Bad cable management, hidden. I've lost track of how much storage there is, but I've added my old 12 terabyte hard drive in, 12 terabytes in M.2s. Then I added an extra terabyte with a PCIe expansion slot, so that's 13. Then I've got 2 4 terabyte SSDs in there, so that's 13 plus 8, 21 terabyte, plus 12 terabyte hard drive storage, 33 terabyte. And then I found another rogue 2 terabyte SSD drive, 35 terabytes of storage. I have a lot of projects going on at the same time, so being able to have a device that's able to store a lot of the original data whilst I'm working on these multiple projects is very handy. It's working. Things you love to see. I'm currently copying around 400 gigabytes of data from an SSD, an external SSD, and it's going at a rate of 470/490 megabytes a second. That is incredibly quick. That's a gigabyte every 2 seconds. So after I've copied this project over to my desktop, I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna see how smoothly it will run on Premiere Pro. And this current project I'm about to load up was struggling on a previous PC build that had an inferior CPU. Now I've got the Ryzen Threadripper Pro. The timeline on this project file should be buttery smooth. As of recording right now, this is an unreleased photography project that I've been working on. And this is the YouTube video that you guys will see me post at some point. This is the timeline for it. Yeah, look, I'm scrubbing through and everything's working pretty smooth. Nice, nice. I like this. Let's see how long this project takes to render. Previously, it was taking a crazy long time. This project is 16 minutes long. It's a 4K project file. And if I click export, it should give me an estimate time. Oh my goodness. What is happening here? It's gonna take 6 minutes to render this whole project. That's impressive. That's very impressive. I handle a lot of footage on a daily basis. So being able to improve something that might seem very minor to you, like render speeds, you know, a difference between 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, for me, it has a knock-on effect. Compounded over a long period of time, I'm gonna save so much time. And that's another W for AMD, the Ryzen Threadripper Pro, the reliable workhorse of a CPU. It stands out for a combination of high-performance capabilities and compatibility with professional software, making it an excellent choice for creators who require raw processing power to handle demanding workloads efficiently.